live on Salam Media.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Maryam Mkwanda Show. I am your host, Maryam Mkwanda, coming to you live from Pretoria. It is the 19th of January 2021 and just 3 minutes after 11. Coming up on the show today, I'm going to be chatting to Jenny Milton de Kock, who is an ECD practitioner and also the co-founder of ECD Owners South Africa. And she's going to be giving us tips on how to prepare preschoolers for their first day at preschool or at daycare. We also have an interview with the CEO of Penny Appeal South Africa, and she's going to be giving us the lowdown on their current campaigns, which is the COVID relief as well as the Education First campaigns. On today's hit list, I chat to the CEO of Soul City South Africa, Fina Kodisang. Now, if you are one of those people who lived in the 90s, I think maybe around 97, 98, yeah, around there, we had this show called Soul City and Soul Buddies, and that was an initiative by Soul City, and it was a very informative and educational show, both Soul City and Soul Buddies, and you know it's kind of nostalgic, and I just feel like, oh wow, the youth of today have no idea what kind of programs we had back in the days. And then we end off the show today chatting to Dr. Tomokaya, who is our resident OBGYN, about interstitial cystitis. If you have no idea what that is, do stay tuned. That will be coming up at 12:35. And you can have your questions ready for Dr. Tomokaya or for any of our guests. Send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355. And you can also follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Use the hashtag The Maryam Mkwanda Show and leave your comments in the comments section, or you can just slide into our DMs. You are listening to The Maryam Mkwanda Show. Do stay with us. We will be right back. Okay, Jenny Milton de Kock is on hold right now. If your child is starting preschool or going to daycare, you may be approaching this major milestone with the conflicting emotions. You may be feeling excited about your child finally going to the daycare center or to preschool, but you may also be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you know, feelings of emotions like, oh my God, what's going to happen to my child when they go there? I know this also happens for parents who are sending their children to grade 1 to big school, and you know there's also those overwhelming feelings. And for kids, they have similar emotions because they're like, okay, yes, I'm excited. I'm going to big school. I'm going to grade school, and I'm going to have friends. I'm going to make new friends. I'm going to have teachers. I'm going to learn stuff. I'm going to have break, and I'm going to enjoy all my snacks, etc. And then they also have those overwhelming emotions of my mom is going to leave me here, my dad's going to leave me here, and I'm going to be all alone in this big place, and I have no one to turn to. I don't know anyone at the moment, so what is going to happen? All those feelings are normal. They are okay. You know, it's part of life. Everybody goes through those feelings, especially when it comes to big change. But what can you do about it? You can prepare for it. And how do you do that? Let's find out with Jenny Milton de Kock. Good morning, Jenny.
So lovely to see you again.
Hope you are well, and thank you for joining me once again.
Lovely to be here.
Right, Jenny, so what, or rather, how do you prepare yourself and your child for that first day? You know, it can be a daunting task, and with all those emotions running wild, and I mean, you want to be prepared ahead before you get to the place where, I mean, to the time where you are filled with all of these emotions.
Definitely. I think it's very important that you and your child is prepared. You can start from the very beginning. It's important to take your child with you when you're choosing the school. You know, if a child feels that they're part of a decision, it's much easier for them when it comes to actually them being left there, because this is the place they helped you choose. We also find that our children have got amazing instincts. They know where they feel comfortable, and they are very quick to see through anything that's false. You know, if somebody's telling you this is wonderful, you'll see a child either feels relaxed in an environment, or they're climbing up onto mommy's lap, trying to climb onto her head sometimes. They're so nervous, you know. So let them know when you're going to go and choose a school that you're not leaving them there then. You're just looking. Once you've chosen the school, it's so important to find out the teacher's name. Prepare your child. You're going to see teacher so-and-so. Many schools also have new children's parties, which I actually think are more for the parents, because the parents just get to know, you know, that the staff, other parents in the school, the environment. And I think the child having mum or dad or granny or the helper, whoever with them there for a couple of hours before they left, it just gives them that feeling of security. But unfortunately, this year, COVID put a stop to that. I know in my school, we could not do it this year. There's too much socializing that goes on. So what I did was, the parents who needed it, who felt that it was an important thing, I opened my school on the weekends. And I let mom or dad or whoever, sometimes it was like a whole family, just come and play in the environment with their child. The child then knows where they're going to, and they feel they're not as nervous. You just imagine if you get walked into a foreign place and just get left, especially when there's a language barrier or something like that. It can be pretty scary to the child. You can go one step further. You can ask for a photograph of the teacher. If you feel you have a child that's quite nervy or young, show them, put the picture up, talk about the teacher, let them know that, you know, she's going to be there. Have a look at the school's website, look on their Facebook page, you know, learn the name of the school. So it's important to create a little bit of excitement, but it's also important to be truthful. Some parents will blow up the school that it's going to be a constant party and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And then reality hits home and it actually throws the child even more. You can also take them to choose things like their school bag. Let them be part of the choice. The clothes they're going to wear the first day to school, if it's not a uniform. What snacks are they going to eat? So you're allowing them already to exert a little bit of independence. And this is what we are wanting. We are wanting our children, and parents are not wanting to let go. So let them start exerting that independence now. Starting it before they start school is vital. You know, if you let them go on play dates with trusted friends, leave them with mom, with granny for an hour or two. Make sure that your child does know what it's like to be without mom or dad before they get dropped for a long time. And that mom and dad come back. And then I think for very young children, don't call it school. Tell them that they're going to go to play group or on a play date or something like that, because we don't know what their preconceived idea of school actually is. TV could give them a false idea, and now they're scared. They've seen a child run away from a school or something like that. So, you know, just be very careful, I think, with your choice of words with your little one.
Yeah. Speaking about that, my daughter is 2 years, and she's going to be 3 in May this year. So she hasn't been back at daycare since they closed last year for the lockdown. And she recently asked me, Mommy, when am I going back to school? And then she realized, no, it's not school. When am I going back to crèche? And I'm like, oh, well, you'll soon find out, because, I mean, with the situation right now, it's difficult to tell. Now, tears and screams are expected, especially on the first day. But let's talk about outside of COVID for now. What can parents do when their child is just not having it? They are crying and screaming and throwing tantrums one way.
You know, this is going to sound horrible, but stop, drop, and go. So I will explain that in a little bit more of a detail. So actually a colleague of mine was discussing how she always tells her parents that whenever children reach a milestone, they learn to walk, we clap, yay, well done, you've done so well. No matter what they do in their development, we get so excited. And yet, when it's an emotional development, we react emotionally. This is part of their development. Understand that they have to learn to separate. They have to learn, and that children do eventually calm down. I think the thing that we've really, really got to make sure is that we make very little fuss in the morning. We tell them, please never, ever leave, try and walk out without your child seeing you. It's so important that they know there's going to be that goodbye and mom is actually coming back. Choose your words carefully. I've had mommies, oh my darling, I'm going to miss you. This poor child, they feel guilty because they're going to have fun. They're worried about mommy being sad at home. At the end of the day, if you're crying or battling to say goodbye, you're giving your child that subtle message that you don't trust them to cope. You don't think they can cope and handle being at school. And also that you do not trust the staff to keep them safe and have no confidence in the school. So it does go a lot with how the parent reacts. Stop, drop quickly, go, get in your car and have your cry, because you're allowed that cry. But try not to do it in front of the children. And I think that if you follow the prepping and you've done all those things I've mentioned so far today, it will actually make the process so much simpler. Children are more resilient and they're more capable than we give them credit for. And if we do not show them that we trust that they can handle it, they won't handle it, because you're giving them the cues. They go off mom and dad. Sometimes dads are the worst. It's not always mom. Some dads, mom say, leave them now. And dads are sitting,
Well, I can just imagine some parents are just like so excited to drop off their kids at the schools and drive off and be like, I'll see you later.
So true, yeah.
But now not with COVID. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until this pandemic passes for us to go back to our routines. Jenny, please stay with us on the line. I'm going to take a quick break, but we'll continue afterwards.
Will do.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
Osman's Taj Mahal Spice and Rice. For over 80 years, Osman's Taj Mahal have been perfecting the art of the perfect blend of spices, pure, aromatic, and well-seasoned. Spices to tantalize your taste buds. From creative cuisines to gastronomical gourmet goodies, from exotic odors to traditional dishes, Osman's Taj Mahal have remained synonymous with quality spices and condiments. Taj Mahal rice, beans, and lentils. Try our range of chili bite mixes, rose and ilachi syrup, our quick and easy biryani pack, and our traditional range of spice blends. Osman's Taj Mahal. There is no substitute for quality.
Cape Town Tours. Luxury service at affordable prices. Anytime, anywhere. Services include airport transfers, sightseeing, customized full-day tours, Islamic historical site tours. This is Kramats, mosques, Buakop, etc. Long-distance trips available like West Coast, Mykonos, Hermanus Garden Route, etc. All transport in and around Cape Town to meet your needs. Very versatile and flexible. Safe and reliable transport in an air-conditioned luxury car. Contact Gulam on 071 346 7069 or 074 191 6144.
Med Medicine Depot, Retail Pharmacy and Emergency Medical Depot. Conveniently situated in the Med Medical Center, Corner Burger and Boshoff Street, Pietermaritzburg. We provide safe, affordable and convenient medical facilities. Open till 10 p.m. every day of the year. We have a full house clinic that operates from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., which is run by a qualified sister. The clinic offers immunization, vaccination, wellness, general consultation, and more. Call Med Medicine Depot on 033 3421 Med Medicine Depot, your pharmacy of choice.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
Welcome back. It is 19 after 11 on this Tuesday, the 19th of January 2021, and you are listening to the Maryam Mkwanda Show on Salam Media. I am chatting to the co-founder of ECD Owners of South Africa and an ECD practitioner, Jenny Milton de Kock, and we are talking about preparing your children for that first day of preschool or daycare. You know, it can be such a daunting task, but it needs to be done. Jenny, thank you for staying on the line. Now, from what age do you start preparing your child for preschool or daycare? You know, some kids go to crèche when they are quite young because their parents need to go to work. So obviously, the preparation will be different according to their age groups.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we take children in from 3 months. So a 3-month-old baby, you know, if they're not even aware of what's happening and what's going on in that. So as soon as your child is at that stage where they cry if you leave the room, or they're wary of strangers or whatever, you would take it according to age. But definitely, it's always important that you've left your child before you drop them off. Just to give you an example, I had a mummy who once dropped their baby off with us and basically said to me, there's a bottle in the bag. I don't know if he'll take it because I'm still feeding him myself and I've never left him with anybody before. Now that is totally unfair. You know, you do need to go through the steps with a granny, with an auntie, with a helper. It can be anybody before you leave them for the whole day. I also think, you know, the little sort of toddlers whose language skills are not there yet, but they are aware, maybe make the day shorter. We say to the parents, you know, we'll phone you if we feel this is emotionally too much. The first 3 days of school, you cannot anticipate leaving them here the whole day. If we feel that the child is not coping, you need to come and fetch the child. And I think, you know, you need to plan ahead for that. So if you're going back to work on a certain date, put your child into school a few days before so that you are available to just leave them for a couple of hours at a time.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because, I mean, you imagine having to leave work because you have to attend to your child not being able to cope at the daycare center. So yeah, if you can do that beforehand, that would make things easier. Now, what are there any do's and don'ts that parents should take note of and remember?
Oh dear. Okay. Yes, I think the thing is that a lot of parents are not ready to let their children go. So they pass this fear and the insecurity on to the children. I've had parents crying at school, sobbing because the child ran in as happy as can be, and mom just could not handle the fact the child did not need them. So it's very important for you to not put your fears and your own anxieties, because at the end of the day, it's hard to see your child grow up. It's hard to see your child become independent of you. And I think do your due diligence. Look, check for the school first. Check on reviews. Check everywhere to make sure that you've chosen a school with your heart and your head. You know, sometimes these beautiful buildings have no substance. You need to
Yes.
really do your due diligence, and then have faith and trust in your child and the school. It's very important that you show your child that you trust them. Don't question them either. You know, mommy and daddy come to fetch, or mommy comes, whoever comes to fetch. Hello, my love. How was it? How was your day? And they pummel these children with questions, and the child's so overwhelmed and so exhausted. They're just like, fine, played, don't know. You know, try and have a conversation with them, draw them into a conversation, and let them talk when they feel ready to talk without feeling like they're on the spot. I think that's important. When you fetch, don't walk in on your cell phone. If you walk into my school on your cell phone, I'm going to tell you to put it away. And, you know, greet your child, show your child, yes, you were away from mom for a little while, but guess what? You are the most important being in my life. And give them that love. I can hear your little one. It's so cute.
Yes, that's her. She's shooing the dogs away.
Yeah.
All right, so Jenny, thank you so much for your time and for the tips. It will definitely go a long way, especially for me, because I am looking for a new daycare center for her, so that we don't have those background noises anymore. But yeah, thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
That was Jenny Milton de Kock, one of the co-founders of ECD Owners of South Africa, as well as an ECD practitioner, giving us tips on how to prepare preschoolers for their first day at daycare or preschool. And if you have any further comments that you would like to share that you think that could benefit us parents, then please leave them in the comment section or send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355. And yes, indeed, first day of school can be a daunting task. Good luck to all of those parents who are going through that right now. And it is part of life, and we all have to go through it. Well, most of us have to go through it, leaving our kids at the daycare center so that they can learn, they can become independent, they can grow, and they can come home and share stories about how the day was at school and how many friends they made and what their teachers did. You know what I just want? I want those days where they come home and they make all of these cards for you for Mother's Day and Father's Day and whatever other days that it is. Yeah, I'm waiting for those Mother's Day cards, the ones that were made at school by the kids. So yeah, if you have your comments, please leave them. But for now, just stay with us. We will be right back after the break.